Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. They're saying the coup d'etat in Turkey is officially over. If you haven't seen the videos I've already put out, I have exposed why this event was orchestrated the day it was. It's not an organic event, it's a planned event by the Zionists and Freemasons within Turkey's government, a network that exists in many of the governments of this world. The United States and Turkey, major allies, major Masonic nations with Zionist control. What we're going to do in this video is look at the last president to have a coup d'etat happen in Turkey. That happened February 28th, 1997. The president was Suleyman Demirel. We're going to look at the parallels between him and the current sitting president of Turkey and see how both of these events were orchestrated by the Masonic numbers. Major parallels between the two presidents. We're also going to look at the death of that president from 1997 who died last year, 2015. He died on June 17th. We'll talk about why that's so suspicious. So, here is the last president of Turkey to have a coup d'etat happen. He was born November 1st. If you haven't seen my recent work on the current president, his name in Gematria sums to 111, a lot like the date November 1st. 1 in numerology represents the all-powerful, represents God. We're talking about a Masonic, Zionist, New World Order, a one world order, a very real world order that a lot of us are living under. When you triple a digit in numerology, so 111, you magnify the power. You know, when you think about the New World Order, a very powerful order, this 111 birth numerology signifies power. So we'll get to why his death's interesting. Remember, this coup d'etat, this word coup d'etat, comes from the French Revolution. The French Revolution, Bastille Day, yesterday, the false flag at Bastille Day, and then the day following, this coup d'etat in Turkey. You know, Bastille Day, a tribute to the French Revolution. Then this word, coup d'etat, the next day. These things are not coincidence. These are coordinated events. Right now, the Masons are trying to make the world feel less stable. The word Brexit equals 33. Remember how after Brexit, they said all this fear mongering. Here in the United States, they were saying our borders are less secure because of Brexit. Things that don't even make sense. But 33 is this number of Freemason obsession. They believe in divide and conquer, order through chaos. That's why they orchestrate these events to make people feel like things aren't safe, things aren't okay. And then when they give us the next detail in the narrative, we go along with it. We believe it. We trust it. The word believe has gematria of 33. False flag, masonry, secrecy, coup d'etat, 33. The French Revolution, the American Revolution, led by Freemasons, paid for by Jewish bankers, who we now call Zionists. So this prime minister, or not prime minister, president, he served as president 5 times during Turkey's history, from between 65 and 93, and then from 93 to 2000. 93 is the number. The number for Saturn. Saturn is very important to the occult. Saturn's considered the keeper of time. Right now, Turkey is approaching its 93rd year of existence. It will turn 93 years old October 29th, 2016. It was established October 29th, 1923. Earlier today, we talked about the connection between the current president and 93. His birthday, February 26th. That's a lot like the number 226. When you write out 226, it sums to 93. On February 26, 93, there was the World Trade Center bombing directly connected to September 11th, all part of this major ongoing divide and conquer agenda, Christianity versus Islam. You know, the Masons divide us along the lines we can be divided by: religion, race, sex, sexuality, political party. He was 39 years old when the 93 World Trade Center bombing happened. I don't think that's a coincidence. These people are Manchurian politicians born and bred to be, you know, made for the puppet show. These people are puppets on the highest scale. So again, the gematria of the current president, 111, like his 111 November 1st birthday. The current president, his middle name, 96 gematria like Freemason, a number we talk a lot about. The last president, what's so interesting about his name, Suleyman, has gematria of 110, just like president. Demirel has gematria of 66, like the final book of the Bible, the book of prophecy. The current president, his name in gematria also has 66 gematria. But look at the day he died. He died June 17th, 17/6, and his name in simple English gematria sums to 176, a lot like 17/6. And this is what gematria is all about, linking up words with dates by connecting the numbers. You know, so often these celebrities, these people in high positions, their deaths coincide with their name, coincide with their original birth numerology. His middle name in gematria also summed to 93. You know, 93, a big number in his presidential terms. The day he died last year, June 17th, 2015, a date with 58 numerology like Freemasonry, also 38 like death. This year, the day the coup began, July 15th, a date with 58 numerology, also a date with 38 numerology. Martial law came out of this. Martial law has gematria of 38, as does the word death. What else is interesting is that from his death to what would have been his next birthday, 137 days, the 33rd prime number, 33, that number of Freemason obsession. The Armenian genocide also has gematria of 137 in the Bastille Day attack out of France. They're saying, they've put out that image of the supposed attacker, and it looks like a photo from the early 1900s. It looks like it might very well be from the time of the Armenian genocide. Armenian genocide has gematria of 137. Modern day Turkey is where that took place. The word authority also has gematria of 137. As for the date the coup took place when he was president, Suleyman, February 28th. February 28th reminds of United States of America. 2/28, United States of America equals 228. July 15th, the date of today's coup, or yesterday's now, United States sums to 157, just like 15/7, another acceptable way to write the date. The date that happened, it had gematria of 146, just like Ankara, Turkey, the major city. That in Istanbul in Turkey. You know, the greatest loss of life in today's coup was in Ankara. They're saying 42 people died, a number connected to Freemason. That was also a date with 38 numerology, just like today. You know, death, martial law. This is how they always do it. The Masons do it all by the numbers again and again. That's why when you learn this knowledge, you can learn to see through what's going on. And that's what people need to do. You know, the people in Turkey, they need to know this. They need to understand this. They need to see why this is taking place in their country. People who like it, they don't realize how they're getting played. We're not being led anywhere good by this gang. This gang's here to control us, rule over us with lies and deceit. Again, these people go by the numbers of prophecy. The current president has name gematria connecting to prophecy. The current prime minister has birth numerology connecting to prophecy. They put out these headlines today. Attempted coup in Turkey. You know, gematria of 93. The country's approaching its 93rd year of existence. Propaganda 93. This is staged propaganda, but propaganda is meant to incite. And you saw on TV how many people came out to participate in this coup. There's now videos circulating online of people torn apart on the sides of streets. The videos I've seen look very real. In this event, hundreds of thousands of people came out. The military was out. It's very possible people really did die. And even though they're reporting 42 dead right now, it's very possible even more than that died. You know, when people come out in the hundreds of thousands for revolution, you know, people with pent up anger and frustration and ready to lash out, you can understand how these things happen. They've happened before. I'm not someone who says everything is a hoax. I just show how in the media they use hoax to dupe people for agenda. You know, people try to twist my words. I just always try to present things fairly and with what the evidence shows. So here's where I want to finish up with regards to the Freemason history of the presidency. The first ever president, right here, the airport is named after him where they had that terror hoax, June 28th. Remember, the 2 bombs went off, but then they had the airport back up and functioning within 5 hours? How is that possible? You know, you'd think stuff would be destroyed. Anyway, his birthday is May 19th, which is the 139th day of the year. I was talking about this yesterday in the Bastille Day attack, the events that led up to the Bastille celebration began on May 19th. You know, that's when the sequence of events began. May 19th, the 139th day of the year, Freemasonry equals 139. And his birth numerology, May 19th, 1881, a date with very interesting numerology. 105 connects to Zionism and Masonry, 33 Masonry, 42 Freemason Zionism, 123 conspiracy. He would die in the year 38. You know, we talked about the significance of 38. He would die on a date with a life lesson number of 42, just like being born on a date with a life lesson number of 42. Notice the sequence, November 10th, 1, 1, 1. Another triple 1 sequence. And remember, Turkey, a country made out of the world wars, which were part of this Masonic Zionist world order. So these nations that were carved up, they were created by this world order, this new world order. And for their leaders, they've had puppets installed. This is what's been going on all this time. Look at the Arab League and what date that was established at the end of the war on March 22nd, 22/3, the number connecting to Masonic. The Freemasons have been putting their stamps on things and putting in their puppets by the numbers all these times in all these nations. You know, people say, how can it be done? Think about it. It's a network. It's a gang. They're abiding by a code. There's a lot of people working at it. It's nationwide. You know, you just need people working in their groups by the same code. This is how they do it. This is how they get it achieved. Following a pattern, a plan, a system. The president after him was right here. Here's the second president of Turkey. He became president the day after his death on 11/11 in the year 38. His name in Gematria sums to 139, just like Freemasonry. And the small way, 49 and 58. 49 like Revelation, the book of prophecy. 58 like Freemasonry. You know, born 9/24. What's 9 plus 24? You know, 33. Born in the year 84. We're talking an awful lot about 84. Dead on Christmas Day in Ankara, Turkey. Christmas has Gematria of 110, just like the numerology of the date. President equals 110. Christmas equals 110. Dead on Christmas. And remember, in the year 1961, on Christmas Day, the Andy Griffith Show had the episode about the bootlegging family getting busted at 411 Elm Street. JFK would be shot 2 years later from 411 Elm Street. The word assassin equals 411. JFK was the president, killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. This is what I mean when I say they're doing things by the same numbers worldwide. And when people make the point, well, you know, those countries don't speak English as their native language, that doesn't matter. You have to recognize what English is. English is the creation of this Masonic gang over time. And within this language, which they've made the New World Order language, you know, they've brought all their math and their coding into it. And they make sure it's present in all of these events. English is the master language they're using for their coding at this day and age. And yes, I'm sure it's true. It is coded into the other languages, but it's obvious that it's really been done with English Just look at all that I've revealed showing this code in history and current events. It's just always the same, again and again. Right now, they're reporting 42 dead. They're just reporting 42 dead because Freemason equals 42. You sum the divisors of 42, it sums to 96. Freemason the big way equals 96. Look at this headline from July 15th, the same day as the coup. After 33 days of terror, experts warn of changing tactics, growing threat. And this is France, home of the plus 33 International Dialing Code, the home of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. The coup's over because the coup was planned to be over. All these coups in the history of Turkey have just been a day. And they've all been for political, strategic, military agenda. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.